Hey there, fellow Factorians. Onerous here with a brand new episode of Bob's and Angels Seablock. And look at this, we have the tips and tricks window up for one very particular reason. I have got a brand new install of version 1.0. Yes, Bob's mods, Angels mods, they've all been updated. We're going to see how it goes. Not 100% sure it's all going to work, but we're running the gambit. I've still got the old install, separate install. I use the zip file download so you can have different installs of different versions. It's very handy if you're playing lots of different modded games. But yes, we can always go back to it. So let's jump on in, and please don't show the tips and tricks. There we go. All right. Everything seems to be running. Okay, we're still on game speed 5. Game.speed equal to 2. There we go. All right. Now, I'm standing here. That's right. I'm standing here because the end of last episode, after we did, after the episode, and I just left it run. There was a problem here, and the problem was we weren't getting enough. Slag into these guys because this guy was actually using a heap of slag. So I've got a circuit, which last episode we got the circuit, and we've just hooked it up to the belt here. This is set to read belt contents and hold mode. And as you can see, we can see how many are in there. And then, if you're aware, a full belt has 8 items on each piece. So we go if it's greater than 7. So if the belt is full, then chuck the slag into the crushed rock, into the rock crusher. Anyway. So this means that while we're using all the slag down here, it's just going to keep coming down here, which means we'll keep getting materials, which is what we want, what we so desperately need, I dare say. All right. With that in mind, what are we going to do now? We've got some serious production issues. Our levels of iron are at quite a low, but. If you recall at the end of the last episode, I had some research queued up, and it was fuel. It was solid fuel, flammables, and we got there. I was going to pause it, but I thought no, we'll let it finish because that's all I had. All I had in the research queue was the build up to flammables. So if we have a look at what I have researched, oil processing into flammables. That's it. I don't think these are anything we can actually use. Petrochem oil tank, 150k, that's pretty good. Alright, but we don't have crude oil, so we can't do that. And that's very, very interesting. Blue cellulose fibre and steam provides multi-phase oil. That is something to keep in mind. Algae liquefaction, beautiful. Alright, and as you can see, yes, that is a Seablock mod. You can see that under the title of it, Seablock in blue. So that is a new recipe specific to Seablock, obviously to allow us to get oil in other ways other than nutrient pulp. But that's actual oil, whereas the nutrient pulp was giving us just fuel oil. We'll have some need for the other ones, I think, naphtha, and there's a green one. Can't remember. It probably says it here, doesn't it? There we go, base mineral oil. Yes, so... essentially that multi-phase oil I think turns into crude, and you split it into crude and acid gas, was it something like that? Natural gas, acid. We'll figure it out when we get to it. But right now we have access to solid fuel. There we go. So we can make it from naphtha, we don't have, fuel oil and charcoal, which we do have, and hydrogen gas, which we actually have a lot of hydrogen gas, believe it or not. That is an interesting one. I didn't realize you could do it with hydrogen gas. It takes 175 hydrogen gas, though. We are burning off a lot of hydrogen gas. What is the method there? It's just in a chem plant. Yeah, I mean, that could be a good use for our hydrogen gas. We can make some over here. Well, let's do that. Because it saves the production. Saves the setup of nutrient pulp into fuel, and we'll get solid fuel a little bit quicker. So hydrogen gas it's over here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. We could just put something in here, couldn't we? That's right, they don't pick up in the middle, do they? No, they do not. All right, so if we pop you there, and we actually need you to input, and solid fuel, there we go. So what we'll do is we'll get a couple of boxes. I don't have any boxes on me. All right, let's make a few boxes. We'll need, let's not give Bagless a heart attack. Let's put down a nice even amount of landfill to get rid of all these little water bits that we're not using. There we go. All right, he'll be a happy man. I hope he'll be a happy man. Okay, let's pop down a box for charcoal and a box for that, and let's go grab some charcoal. In the short term, we'll just grab a few here and plonk them in there. Nope, wrong one. My bad. Plonked them in there. And my goodness, that is surprising that we're using. We're still burning it off too. Okay, well, we probably don't even need. If that's the case, we don't even need to set up the fuel oil down here. But I want to do that. I want to do that because we want to progress, and fuel oil, nutrient pulp production is going to be kind of important in the future, I think. Gosh, I hate that one. I hate that one too. There we go. Let's get this nice rocky one. Okay, let's have a look. Let's jump into FNEI. Actually, no, here it is, right here. Biomass in refining. It's done in a gas refinery. I think the gas refinery 1 is... We don't even have access to a gas refinery 1. How interesting. So we unlocked that without getting access to a gas refinery. Well, I guess that means we need to find a refinery. There it is. All right. So how did we get to somewhere before we actually got to that? Let's have a squiz at the farming. Nutrient pulp. Yeah, I guess it's just it's in there, but it should have a requirement, I think, for a gas refinery before you research it. Anyway, well, that means we have to wait. We don't have to wait too long. The good thing about Bobs and Angels is, even though the research is really hard to make, they generally don't need 1,000 of the super advanced research packs. So it actually researches reasonably quickly. The biggest problem we have is just a lack of materials, and the lack of materials, let's face it, comes from a lack of slag. Which is our only way of producing it. So I'm going to grab all of these. I'm going to grab all of these, and we probably will need that as well. And we're going to build a few more of these. So if we look at some numbers, each one of these can use 1.6 a second. It's 5 every 3 seconds, so this is 10 in 3 seconds. Each one of these is producing 1 in 4 seconds, and we have 12 of them, I believe, maybe 13 now. Yep. So we got 1 every 3 seconds. 3 every second, and we're using 10 in 3. So we're actually using about that. So if we put in more of these, which we will do, we'll need more of everything else. So let's see. Let's try and build this up in a progressive manner. Slag. So if we want to make enough for 1 more liquefier, we are going to need to produce 5 slag every 3 seconds. So let's say 2 slag a second. So that is 8 of these. Is that right? Yeah, it is 8. But it's not 8. It's like 6 point. It's like 7. We'll say 7. Because we currently have 13 doing 2. Not quite doing 2. So I reckon 7 is the number, but 8's probably even better. Anyway, so if we add one more to this now, we should not be crafting basic circuits. because we have a stack of them available over yonder from our previous mall that some people power are not a fan of. I'm a fan. We do need better production of materials though before we really get any use of it. All right. So if we build one more and then we build 7 more, then we build a liquefier and a crystallizer. There he is. And a crystallizer. No, not a crystallizer, a filtration unit. And a filtration unit. And then we probably will need more crystallizers because these ones currently are maxing the use of mineral oil, which we don't even have. That's very interesting. We don't have that in a tank. 150k tank. I'm down. I'm so down. Let's make one. Let's make one and let's see how big it is first, because we might be able to fit it in here. We may not. But let's just, if we've got any spare mineral oil, I want to make sure it's not going to waste. Where was this sucker? That is yeah, we can fit it in right there, can't we? Are you needed? No, you're not. All right, so this will allow us to store a big extra amount. I do want to have some pumps set up. At some point, we'll fix that up with pumps because such a large tank is going to make the flow really, really difficult. As you can see, we've got like 200 in here, but there's 0 in the pipes. That's just some of the vagaries of having a big setup like this. So while I'm here, let's upgrade all of these. Let's upgrade all of these so we can get enough throughput for this. All right, and I guess we need to do you and you. Okay, we don't have too much, but we don't need to have it upgraded all the way to the end. We just need to upgrade it as far as we can, and then that should get us somewhere. It'll get us somewhere. Yes, it will. Okay. We might as well just continue going upwards because space in this direction is basically infinite. And why not? Why not? All right, we'll make it a bit easier on ourselves though, and we'll just do it this way, just like that. All right, and then we can copy this one because it's got everything we need, doesn't it? Actually, no, we need to copy a double. We need to copy a double set like that. Okay, so that would go over there. Is that right? It would go there and then there. There's 4 more. That's not going to be enough, but we'll get there. All right. Most importantly, I want to make sure I get that one in. Okay. One of you in like that. Well, now we're going to go with power with this. Probably going to need to upgrade that because I think that wasn't in the best spot last time I checked. It was still working, but it was pretty light on. So we're definitely going to need some upgrades there. All right, man. Bots. When are we getting bots? You know what? I'm just going to take a quick aside and look up robotics. So robotics into construction robots. Actually, the important one is the personal roboport. It is available. It is available with green science. It is available with green science. That is a lot of research to get there, though. All right, that's a bit of a pipe dream at this point. Not quite. I think I just squeaked through myself onto a pipe. There we go. All right. There we go. I did it again? No, I didn't. Excellent. Ah, yes, the manual placement of pipes. It's the curse of many a oil refinery. There we go. That's better. And you there. We need you there, and you there, and you there. All right, and then we need some of this coming all the way up here. We'll put a couple of these offset. There we go. And what are you missing? What are you missing? You're not getting any hydrogen out. I can see why. All right, so that was 4. How many more do we have? We've got another 4. All right, I'm going to break with tradition. I'm going to break with tradition and put them on the other side because each one of these is using 25 water a second. That means we can only have 50. Yeah, we don't have to worry about water, do we? We'll just continue on. We'll continue on. Well, we might even get a little island up here. Won't that be nice? All right, let's paste another couple here. Nope. There and there. You know what? I should have copied this. Let's undo those, and then we can paste these ones, which at least have the copper. At least have the copper. And the good thing about having the copper is that we can. Did that place correctly? It did. All right. Yeah, we can drag over. I couldn't drag over before because we had where we've got iron. If you have a blueprint that has a different pipe, it allows you to place over top of one, but you can't actually just drag. You can't drag in place. All right. We missed one. That's all right. One of you, and then we just go down the path and fill all these guys up, and we missed some more. There, and some inserters and some belts, and we'll have some increased production. All right. So offset you and offset you, and we're going. No, you're not. I missed the hydrogen again. All right. You're going, everything is disappearing, we're getting more hydrogen to turn into solid fuel. So this is looking good. Ideally though, we want to get the hydrogen over here. If we can get the hydrogen over there, then we can rejig this whole area a little bit to make solid fuel over there where our actual supply of charcoal is. Because that would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh man, I can't believe this. Each solid fuel is 12 megajoules, and it comes from 5 megajoules of solid fuel and hydrogen, which we're just like burning off at an alarming rate. Okay, let's see. What if I just rip this guy out? What if I just rip you out and put you up the top? That's interesting. This is. I'm gonna modify this one to be greater than 3. So if it's half full, because I don't want the sides to get unbalanced. Somewhere along the ways I've messed up the balancing, I think, but I don't want one side to back up. That would be terrible. So let's put another one of these in here. Let's in fact just paste that in there like that, and let's do a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of that. There we go. All right, and you can be offset too. What do you need? Water. Oh, that one's actually not even there. Not even there. And hydrogen's not connected. Oxygen gas is blocking up. There it is. There we go. All right. We're actually we could use a little more flaring, couldn't we? A little more flaring of the hydrogen. Yeah, and our power, of course, is struggling. A little bit more flaring of the oxygen. Because this is... it seems to be alright. It's the 80%, that's right. It only flares at 80%, so these are going to back up a little bit past 80% just because of the flow rate. Yeah, that's okay. That's all good. That is all good. So we actually have enough now to support an additional one of these. But I'm just looking, even though this is backing up, it's actually not an issue. We're not backing up to the output of any of these. So if this one backs up to, that's a close one as well. They're all kind of close. Anyway, we'll work it out. But now, the reason why we did all that was to get access to a little bit of hydrogen gas down on... Actually, that line looks pretty good. Okay. Let's get into there. Let's get into there. Next one could be a problem. The next one is a problem. All right. Maybe not there. I wouldn't mind getting it over here somehow though. What about one? Oh man, that was close. That was close. Here, that's the problem. All right. I could probably do it here with a little bit of a change, in setup. All right. Let's do that. Let's do that. We'll need another one of you there, and we'll probably have to redo this because this is kind of in the way as well. But we need some power poles to cover that. There we go. Okay. So these guys are both making carbon dioxide. I don't think we need that. What if? Okay. Okay, this is going to be risky. We've got a little bit of backup. Let's okay, let's pull some of this stuff out. Let's pull some of this stuff out. Where are you going? You're going into that one. All right. Okay, so what we want to do? We want to turn. Why are you feeding? Oh, you're coming from there. Okay. So you have to stay. This is our carbon dioxide, which needs to stay. All right. So we want this to feed into our burners, our furnaces. Yes, our furnaces. There and there. You might have to move. That is okay. All right. Yep. You feed into there. Now you guys need to do something a little funky, in that they need to feed into a box and feed themselves. What if? Ooh, what if? What if I did somehow an arrangement like this, which means this one here needs to move elsewhere, or no, this one here. Yeah. Okay. Pick up there, drop off there. That's looking good. And then this should feed themselves once we start it. Let's have a look what happens. Yeah, okay. That's good. So we want these to feed into a box so that we have this backing up, because we don't want to waste it. So you'll pick up from there and you'll pick up from there. But you have no power. Okay, that's all right. There we go. All right. So this is working. We're feeding each other. I love it. Now, this needs to go to two places. So let's do something like this. Let's get the chem plant here that is making... what are we making? Carbon dioxide from charcoal. Yep. All right. And you, how about you go there? You pick up from there and drop off over there. No, pick up from there and drop off there. Yep. You power that up, and actually, I actually wanted to do that. What we need is to be slightly different here. We need you picking up from over there and popping on there, and then you there going into that. All right. Okay. That works. And then there we go. That's our carbon dioxide. We can improve that. In fact, I'm going to allow for some improvement by putting that in there, and then we can double it up with another one at some point. But the other thing we want to do, so that is prioritizing making the algae, which is very important. And then we want to make this, turn this into solid fuel. We're actually out of landfill. Let's rectify that situation. There we go. Man, landfill, we got so much of it. Look at this. Just go nuts. And hope that I don't accidentally go over a water pump. Alright. Oh, this is actually very freeing, to be honest, to place all this landfill down here. There we go. Look at that. Oh, man. It's probably a little bit wasteful. Let's not go overboard. Alright. So this guy is now going to make solid fuel. I would actually like it if you were one higher. If you were one higher, then we could put a belt in here that feeds this back into the start of the situation. Okay, here we go. Now we're cracking. So we need to get this guy. This guy needs to come over here. And I say thank you for your service. And then we pop in one of you, actually right there rather than where it was, in and out. Okay, so this uses one charcoal every 3 seconds, and yeah, it produces one solid fuel every 3 seconds. Okay, and this solid fuel, you're now out. We don't need you. And that just does that. And all of a sudden, why are you outputting? You were outputting from this box. All right, this box is no longer needed. We'll put it all in here, and all our eggs are now in the one basket. All right, let's do something like this, and just make sure that we can do this. There we go. Ideally, this would change like this, and we'd do that like that. Oh man, it's looking good. All right, and you go up to there like that, and that. There we go. And now we have one solid fuel a second, which is 12 megajoules, and look at that is a significantly reduced speed. I think you'll find it's a third of the speed to what we had before. All right, let's double check our power. Our power production for this area is fine. It's fine. We peaked out at 2 megawatts. 2 megawatts. Yeah, that's all right. We've got 3.6. This one over here though, it needs some love. So let's go grab a little bit more iron, because we're not doing too well on that. A little bit more iron. That was actually a fair bit of iron. I was surprised how much we got there. And let's make some more boilers. At this point, we could. Gas processing has stopped. I was not paying attention. I'm sorry, power. I haven't been handcrafting. Oh, I'm gonna get a bad score. It is green. That is dying because you need some iron. All right, and you also need some copper. How are you doing with boards and tin? You're okay. You need some of that and some of that, and you probably need a little bit of that. All right. There's our green science going again. Yes, so green science is a problem, but what I was thinking was it's probably a good time where we can just pump up these boilers, can't we? Still not necessary. We've got heaps of land to expand. All right, let's just do an expansion, something like that. 1, 2, 3 looks pretty good. All right, we need to build them. Like, why can't I build them? Because I haven't built them. Why can't I place them? Because I haven't built them. Let's build 2 more of these and 4 more of those. We'll also need to expand out this. And now, one annoying thing, we've got pollution's off with Seablock. So we're not getting the green water. We're not getting the 1.0 green water. I wonder, I didn't check too, is spidertron, look at that, there's spidertron. Whew, 2,500. You know how I was saying there's not a lot of research requiring big amounts? Well, there we are. Okay, I've got 2. This is perfect, it was perfect, okay. And 1 more, and then we just need another row over here of land. And plonk. I think we've just like perfectly aligned that too, haven't we? All right, how's our power looking now? I mean, it's better. It's still not fantastic, but I do like that this is backing up. That is perfect. This production wise, how long does it take to make charcoal? How long does it take to make charcoal? Where is it? Charcoal from a wooden brick takes 3.5 seconds, and this uses 1 every 3 seconds. Okay, well, we've kind of got, if we had enough wood bricks, we would have enough to support, 2 and a tiny little bit more. So this is actually, this part of it is ratioed correctly. This part here, we're not getting enough wood pellets. I can fix that with some more wood pellets. All right, but our power situation over here, I'm not 100% comfortable. We might as well while we're here, and it's the end of the episode, so I'm not going to be doing anything else. Let's just make this a little more expansion for our future production, which is going to be our fuel oil down here that we didn't get around to this episode. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, like that. And then 1, 2, 3 wide like that. And then 1 more for the power pole that we'll need to put there. All right. And then I'm also going to need a couple of burner inserters. Okay. There we go. These guys, pop them down. And you there. A couple of burner inserters. And finish off with that. And a power pole. And there we go. Our power problems. Ooh, okay. Got to watch this though. Got to watch this. If this one's working, if this one's actually working, it means that we might be using too much power. But now at least we are looking pretty good. And yeah, we're all on solid fuel. There's no more charcoal left in any of these. We do need to make sure we keep building up charcoal though, because we are using charcoal over here for these filters. We've actually only got 130 left. I'm glad I thought about that. We should put a few more over there because this is a key part of our production. And this is kind of where I really like robots. But if we have a look at logistics bots, advanced logistics and construction bots. How about just regular logistics and construction bots? Is that a thing? I guess that is the first time we see logistics bots. Logistics robots, there they are. Okay. That is actually green science. Green science, but it only provides a provider chest. We don't get a requester chest until logistics warehouse is blue. Yeah. So we can get a requester warehouse. We haven't even delved into warehouses yet. And that is the first thing before yellow for request. So at blue science, we can get a requester warehouse, which seems like such a waste, making a massive warehouse for all this. But there we have it. All right. This is great too. So we built in this extra production here, and now we have now we aren't using it, of course. We haven't actually set up the extra components around here, but it looks like we are running low on something. We're running low on oil, mineral sludge to you. I think it's because of this stupid tank. No, we're just using it all now because these guys use 25 in 4 seconds, and this produces 50 in 4 seconds. So 2 of these supports 4 of these. That actually works out. All right, we might just not be keeping up with something then. No, these guys are making it. Is it our power situation? Maybe because our power was low, they kind of started lagging behind. But even though we're seeing it, yeah, it does get to 50 before the next one's ready. So that's actually working at maximum capacity, and that means it's time to up to 5. Have a look at our little base. It is looking pretty fine, and we can still pretty much fit the whole thing in one highest level of zoom. So all that's left is to say, a huge thank you to my patrons. And also, I just want to thank everyone in the comments. It does help. Dropping a comment. The YouTube algorithm, the magical algorithm, loves comments. Loves likes too. So if you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, well, leave me a comment and tell me how I can improve. I'd love to make better content for you guys. And meanwhile, we just keep pushing along, keep plodding along. We've got solar fuel is a pretty good step to getting our power sorted. And really, next step, we'll look at some oils. We've got to really get our material production up to a better scratch. And I'll see you tomorrow.